Abraham had sworn peace. He had spoken with integrity, with solemnity, with covenantal authority. Every word he had spoken, every action he had taken, carried the weight of his faith in God, the responsibility of a covenantal steward, the deliberate intent to honor the eternal. The wells he had dug were not mere excavations in the earth. They were arteries of sustenance, conduits of life, channels of blessing, visible symbols of God's provision. Each shovel of soil displaced, each stone cleared, each trench opened, each careful alignment of the water flow reflected labor, patience, diligence, and partnership with God. His herdsmen had sweated beside him. Every day, the sun rose and fell over his toil. Every drop of water that emerged from the ground was testimony to faith, to persistence, to divine partnership. Pause. Let this settle. Reflect on your own labors, the sweat of your hands, the unseen care you pour into your responsibilities, your family, your vocation, your community. Pause. Let the weight of that effort resonate in your heart. This is the stage, the foundation, the context in which the narrative of injustice now enters. And yet, despite Abraham's careful stewardship, a profound violation occurred. A life-giving well, a well that had sustained life, that had nourished his herds, that had embodied the covenantal promise of provision, was seized. Abimelech's servants filled it with earth. The living water, the wellspring of covenantal life, was obstructed. It became a tomb for what had been living. Pause. Imagine the sudden shock. The betrayal. The anger that could have surged, the immediate desire for retaliation, for cursing, for the lash of justice. Abraham does not succumb to reactive fury. Pause. He does not lash out. He does not curse. He does not let the violence of human injustice dictate his response. Instead, he observes. He assesses. He names the wrong. He gathers testimony. He seeks visible restitution. He models a process of godly conflict resolution, one that resonates across generations, across space, across time. Pause. Notice this pattern: recognition of violation, measured testimony, visible restitution, sacred separation, meal shared in reconciliation, tree planted for generations, God named as eternal witness. Each step is deliberate. Each step is a layer in the architecture of covenantal justice. Pause. Let it sink deeply. Let the mind and heart absorb each movement, each principle, each act. Now, reflect personally. What wells in your life have been blocked, stolen, obscured? What labors, gifts, moments of care, or fruits of your effort have been undermined, ignored, or betrayed? Pause. Name them silently. Speak them aloud if you are able. Pause. Visualize the path. Abraham models, naming truth, establishing boundaries, seeking restitution, sharing reconciliation, planting a sacred tree, calling upon El Olam, the everlasting God, as witness. Pause. Repeat silently, I name. I witness. I seek restoration. I plant. I call upon the eternal God. The Hebrew text itself reveals further dimensions, depths of meaning invisible in a simple translation. Pause. Vayan Avraham. Not just a response, not just ordinary speech, but anar in the kal, a formal legal attestation, a declaration of righteousness in covenantal terms. Vayikol perfect consecutive, the linguistic bridge connecting the prior oath of verse 24 to Abraham's measured complaint. Et marks direct address. Abraham is speaking to the king, establishing parity, accountability, legal witness. Al-ed, from the root ud, conveys repetition, testimony, making permanent, a deposit of truth. Bir ha-mayam, the well of waters, pluralized, signaling abundance, flowing sustenance, perpetuity. Hisiu, hipha perfect third person plural, shows causative force, the servants actively, deliberately obstructed, filled, defiled the well. Vaijanivuha, peel perfect, intensifies the theft, the intentionality, personifying the well as a victim of injustice. Lo yadati et kana, perfect first person plus negation, formal denial, categorical. Ze amarta ele, you never disclosed to me, emphasizing covert, behind the back betrayal, mihare. Pause. Repeat silently, I name what is hidden. I witness the unseen. I declare truth. Pause again. Take a slow breath. Let the linguistic, semantic, and emotional layers settle. Imagine Abraham standing firm, calm yet resolute, naming truth without anger, asserting justice without violence, embodying integrity before God and man. Pause. This is the template, the architecture of faithful response to injustice. Vayahab, Hipha from Badal, signals causative separation, sacred distinction. 7 female lambs are selected, Shibat Kebesim Inkabot Lavad. Nakabot, from Nakab, signifies piercing, designation, marking. Not accidental, not casual. They are set apart as covenant witnesses. These female lambs are generative. Their milk, their offspring, their continued presence ensure perpetual restitution, a covenant that flows forward through time, not a one-time act. Hikkoti, Hipha perfect first person singular, dual action, I dug and I inscribed. Abraham is claiming the well, making a record, securing permanence. The tamarisk tree, Esal, from Asal, bark that sheds, resilient amid aridity, growth in harsh soil, stands as covenantal witness. Pause. Visualize your own tamarisk, planted in prayer, in acts of faith, in worship, in consistency. Roots descending, drawing life from hidden aquifers. Pause. Repeat silently, I plant. I root. I endure. I witness. Cantillation itself encodes theology. Zakfat kata under birha mayam lifts pitch, intensifying the urgency of the stolen well. Tifa precedes Hisiogene wuha, accelerating accusation rhythm, reflecting emotional tension in the narrative. Marha precedes Esal, allowing the eternal witness of worship and covenantal planting to linger. Etnata closes verse 34, Abraham's sojourn unresolved, projecting tension forward, into history, into our own lives, into God's unfolding purposes. Pause. Breathe. Feel the cadence in your body. Repeat silently, my injustice rises. My restitution descends. My worship plateaus in eternity. Ancient Near Eastern legal frameworks illuminate more layers. Pause. Alalak tablets specify animal witnesses for water rights. Mari letters recount servant-led well sabotage during pastoral disputes. Hittite treaties specify sevenfold separations. Ugaritic texts invoke El as water witness. Abraham innovates. 7 female lambs, reproductive potential, future milk, ensure perpetual restitution, not one-time compensation. Servant agency is critical. Abimelech's plausible deniability mirrors Nuzi household law. Liability only arises post-notification. Abraham's testimony fulfills the legal and covenantal precondition for restitution. Pause. Reflect. Your testimony is valid. Your labor and your witness have eternal weight. Pause. Repeat. I name. I testify. I secure justice in God's sight. Patristic insights deepen contemplation. Ambrose reads 7 lambs as virtues distinguishing holy from profane. Well digging equals soul labor, servant theft mirrors demonic obstruction. Abraham's calm rebuttal models Christ before Pilate, truth without panic. Gregory of Nyssa, tamarisk roots reach hidden aquifers, symbolizing the soul seeking divine depths. John Cassian, covenant meal post-conflict mirrors hesychastic reconciliation, remembering fractured communities. Thomas Aquinas, oaths securing justice over commons are permissible, sevenfold specificity binds conscience perpetually. Luther, Abimelech's ignorance plea exposes limits of earthly authority, humans unchecked need divine restraint. Eastern liturgy, Beersheba antiphon links well justice to baptismal protection. Pause. Repeat silently, truth without panic. Roots seek hidden water. Meal restores community. Justice binds conscience. Pause. Trauma-informed reflection. The stolen well triggers Abraham's amygdala, perceived survival threat. Yet he engages prefrontal, ventral vagal regulation. Shift from fight, flight to connection and restoration. Abimelech's behind my back action triggers betrayal recognition, mirror of modern leadership failures. 7 lambs, visible covenant markers, activate mirror neurons. Shared meal releases oxytocin, rebuilding trust circuitry. Tamarisk symbolizes neuroplasticity, deliberate planting, rooting in God, cultivating resilience. Pause. Guided practice. Breathe in tamarisk. Inhale roots. Exhale olam. Visualize restitution flowing. Pause. Repeat silently. I root. I restore. I integrate. I dwell in God. Object relations deepen insight. Well equals containing object. Servants. False self-enactment stealing nurturance. Abraham. Good enough object. Witnessing truth without retaliation. 7 female lambs. Reparative maternal provisioning. Healing primal deprivation. Abimelech. Split authority object. Integration occurs when testimony is received non-defensively. Tamarisk, transitional object, grounding pilgrim, sustaining containment amid insecurity. Pause. Repeat silently. I witness. I restore. I integrate. I root. Typology multiplies meaning. Well, violence foreshadows temple veil tearing. Servants filling water foreshadows soldiers gambling garments of Christ. 7 lambs foreshadow 7 sayings on the cross. Covenant meal anticipates Last Supper and foot washing. Beersheba etymology echoes Bethlehem, house of bread. Tamarisk roots foreshadow Jesse's root, messianic governance. El Olam prefigures IAM, eternal self-existence, covenantal stability. Pauline theology. Abrahamic water rights precede Mosaic law, Gentile access through faith, not Torah. Pause. Repeat. Eternal covenant flows through history, justice, and faith. Pause. Ecclesial governance emerges. Pastor-staff dynamics mirror Abraham Abimelech. Congregation plants wells, staff may seize credit or face burnout. Leadership must receive testimony without deflection. Diocesan and parish boundaries reflect covenantal boundaries. 7 lamb protocols prevent escalation. Post-conflict meals anchor reconciliation. Monastic precedent. Tamarisk groves mark desert hesychast settlements. Pause. Repeat silently. Structured witness. Shared meals. Sacred groves. Ecclesial harmony. Contemplative practice. Mourning. Name one stolen well. Testify before El Olam. Noon. Visualize 7 lambs crossing boundary. Feel restitution weight in hands. Evening. Plant tamarisk. Inhale roots. Exhale olam. Weekly. Host micro-covenant meal. 1 conflicted relationship. Bread broken. Promises named. Daily. I plant. I testify. I eat. I dwell. Pause. Eschatological anchoring. Beersheba foreshadows rivers of the new earth. No thirst remains. No theft occurs. Trees heal nations. Lamb central. Face to face with El Olam. Current struggles participate in eternal justice. Roots seek Olam water. Lambs testify forever. Covenant endures Philistine nights. Thirst transforms to discipleship hunger. Pause. Repeat. Justice now etches eternity. Pause. Christ-centered fulfillment saturates meaning. Jesus is living water. Crucifixion fulfills the seized well. 7 lambs anticipate perfect sacrifice. Tamarisk tree foreshadows cross. Abraham's sojourning mirrors Christ's earthly pilgrimage. Paul declares believers children of the promise, heirs according to Abraham. Hebrews. Jesus mediates a better covenant, eternal peace, perfect justice, spirit dwelling within. Pause. Repeat silently. Jesus is living water. Jesus fulfills covenant. Pause. Transformation call. Holy assertiveness. Speak truth in love. Generous reconciliation. Create deep shalom. Sacred rhythms. Plant groves. Call El Olam. Faithful sojourner. Invest today. Hope tomorrow. Trust El Olam, unchanging, everlasting, covenantal security. Pause. Repeat silently. I am rooted. I am secure. I am reconciled. I am aligned with eternity. Pause. Closing meditation. Root in the eternal God. Plant your grove. Call His name. Taste restoration. Visualize restitution. Let worship, covenant, justice, and prayer flow through body, mind, and soul. Integrate all layers: linguistic, historical, mystical, psychological, Christ-centered. Pause. Receive El Olam. Anchor in eternity. Your wells are sacred. Your lamps testify. Your tamarisk grows. Your covenant endures. Pause. Repeat silently. Plant. Testify. Eat. Dwell. Amen. Pause.